Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my monthly favorites and fails countdown, where I count from the worst product that I tried this month all the way up to the best product that I tried this month. We're starting off with a sincere apology with number 10. So if you want to know what the heck's happening, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Before we get started with our countdown, as you know, if you've been to one of these before, I start off my countdowns with a hashtag not sponsored feature. And this month, my hashtag not sponsored, not sponsor is Ninja Foodi for the air fryer that I got for Christmas. And it's freaking awesome. My husband gave me so much crap about wanting another like kitchen gadget, especially one that's so big. But what I love about this one is that it does fold up, so it gives like more counter space. You don't have to like have it down all the time. I make all kinds of stuff in this. Besides like dinner, I also make lunch for my kids in it. But my favorite thing to make is dehydrated bananas. And I know that may sound a little bit weird, like why, that it's so boring. No. Let me tell you, no, it is not boring. Let me show you my bananas. They're amazing. This bag was up to here with dehydrated banana slices 2 days ago. And now like we're almost out. They're freaking amazing. I put it on at 175 for 4.5 hours. And I just slice the banana up. I spray the tray or whatever, like the mesh tray. I spray that and then I put them in and they are freaking awesome. They end up caramelizing. They're not like the crappy banana chips you get in the store where they're just kind of like flavorless and not good. Like they taste like straight candy because it's literally like a caramelized snack, and there's nothing on this except for the bananas. So if I want something sweet, like I want chocolate, I want candy, I grab a banana chip instead. And I know that sounds super hokey and diety advice and all. I promise you it's real. My kids eat them. My husband eats them. They're so freaking good. I've tried doing strawberries. I've tried doing, what else I tried? Tried pears. Not nearly as good. It's the bananas. It's the bananas. They're amazing. So if you do not have an air fryer and you're looking to invest in one, I highly recommend this one. It is amazing. My only complaint about it is that if you're making a dinner in it, you have to make sure the food doesn't get too high because it will burn on the top if it's too thick. So it really has to be just barely above the top of the tray. Like it can't go too much higher. So that's really the only difficulty I've had with it. And now I'm gonna stop waving around my banana chip and let's get into number 10. All right, so I told you I had an apology for number 10. And this is where it comes from, is that I had said a few months ago that I thought pretty much all brands had nailed their brow products. That like so many brands have good brow products now. You can pretty much buy any brow product and it's probably gonna be good. That was wrong. I have some really bad brow products to share with you. We're gonna go ahead and start with number 10. They were sent to me in PR and I feel bad because I'm new to Wet n Wild PR, but these are freaking awful. They're so bad. Let's start with the BROW-SESSIVE Brow Shaping Gel. It's white. It does eventually dry to clear, but it's white. So when you brush it into your brows, you get clumps of white in your brows. I will say that it doesn't dry down, making my brows feel hard or crunchy. It actually looks pretty nice. I'm wearing it on my brows today. And it does look nice, but I don't think the hold is there either. There's a fine line between too crunchy and not having enough hold. And it's difficult to work with, and I don't think there is enough hold on this product. Tinted Brow Shaping Gel, the issue with this is that it is extremely clumpy. The color gets stuck and clumps up in the brow, and it is very difficult to get out with just this. I have to pull out a different spoolie to brush it through my brows, and I also have to clean up over and sometimes under my brow in order to use this. So this is definitely a no as well. And then the pencil, this is one that you have to really scrub to get on. So I can go like this, and I just have to, it's like, ow, okay? It's hurting the top of my hand. It's definitely gonna be hurting my brow area. It's just really difficult to get the pencil to come off onto the brow. It's not good. The only thing, the saving grace of this, is it's got a decent spoolie on the back. This is not good. None of it's good. I would say pass on the whole line, unfortunately. Number 9 is another brow product. I know, I thought that we were past this, but apparently we're not. There's a brand called Undone Beauty that I bought a bunch of stuff from. They're new to Ulta and I wanted to try them. I was thinking about doing a full brand review, decided not to. I have another thing I want to show you in a minute from Undone Beauty, but the worst is definitely their brow pencil. Well, it's not even a pencil, it's a brow marker. You can see where this is going south very quickly. So this is supposed to be for your brows. It's like a liquid eyeliner and it goes on like a liquid eyeliner. Can you imagine putting this into your brows? Like, I don't know what they were thinking. If you're gonna do a brow marker, it's gonna have to have less pigmentation so you can do those light brow strokes. This has a lot of pigmentation. So this basically is like putting a Sharpie on your brows. It's not cute. It's just not cute. And then the color on the other side, the brow gel on the other side has the same problem as the Wet n Wild one in that the brow brush is too big and you do get product on the top and sometimes the bottom of your brow when you're trying to brush it through, or at least when I try to brush it through. If your brows are this big, you may not have that problem. One thing I do appreciate this over the Wet n Wild is that it doesn't clump, which is nice. It doesn't clump up, but the size of it, it's really not great the way it goes through the brows and I just don't like it. If you want to use this as an eyeliner, I would say yes, it's a nice eyeliner, but definitely not for brows. I don't know who tested this and who found this to be functional, but I would like to speak with them. Now this I've heard positive and negative stuff from the community, and it is higher than the brow products because it can be functional, but I honestly don't really like it. It is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. Now it does work as a functional primer. It helps my eyeshadow last longer, creates a nice base. My issue with this is really just the texture and being able to get it out of the pot. It is a putty texture, so it's very hard, and it's just, if you have any kind of fingernail, it hits up against, so whenever my nail gets a little longer or if I'm wearing fake nails, it's difficult to get the product out, and I can see it getting more difficult as it kind of digs down a little bit deeper. And it is kind of difficult to get it onto my finger enough in order to swipe it onto my lids. Again, it's a fine product. It's just, for me, this isn't a good product. It's too difficult to get off of here, and it's sticky feeling here, but it does work as a functional primer. I don't like it that much. Because there's just so many much better eye primers out there that are just so much easier to work with. So this one's gonna be a no for me, unfortunately. All right, we're moving on up a little bit. Let's talk about a purchase that I made of this Lolly Date Nut Brulee Nourishing Miracle Balm. Okay. This is very expensive. Let me show you what drew me in. Let's look at the picture on Ulta's website. Doesn't that look beautiful? Doesn't that make you want to buy it and then consume it? That's the way that I felt. And I really want to try it. Like, why is this cleansing balm so expensive? Are these ingredients that they're talking about, does that make it worth it in a cleansing balm? So let's talk about it. So on the directions, it says, for gentle soap-free cleansing, massage into dry skin, remove with a warm washcloth. That's very important. As a moisturizer, apply to damp skin, lips, or nails. Okay. So first thing I want to mention is that in order to open this, you do have to be able to squeeze and pry this open. It is a little bit difficult. You have to have a grip to open it. Now, I will tell you, the smell of this, it smells like dessert and soap, which is a scent that I've never smelled before. Kind of like a pecan pie, but make it soapy. It's like just a little more waxy than that. It's very soft, very easy to come out, but you do need some kind of tool or the back of your fingernail or something to get it out. It is very greasy feeling. So if you don't like that in a cleansing balm, like I don't like it in a cleansing balm, you probably won't like this. Like the directions said, you do need a washcloth with this. If you put it on your dry face and just try to wash it off with water, you're getting that oil and water mix and the water just bounces right off of it. It is not coming off of your face without a washcloth. Or I've also used another cleanser to get it off before, and that works fine. Now, as far as removing makeup, I feel like it does a good job removing face makeup. Eye makeup, it really depends. It depends on what I'm wearing. It depends on the mascara mostly. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I have to go in with a second shot of it in order to get all of my eye makeup off. As far as using this as a moisturizer, it really is just very occlusive. So that's why they're saying, you know, put it over a damp face because it's gonna lock in any hydration. So this is really good to top over like a glycerin or hyaluronic acid based serum. Pop a little bit of this over top of it, but just be aware it's gonna feel oily. It's gonna feel like an oil. It's not gonna dry down. And if you don't like that, if you don't want oil on your pillow, if you don't want that, then you probably don't want this for that. There's so many moisturizers that do dry down, act as nice occlusives without feeling oily on the skin. So I personally don't like this for that. The only thing I like this for is like a little bit of cuticle moisturization. And I don't think that's worth it for the price point. It's very, very expensive. I am happy that I got to try it. I'm happy that I purchased it, but I will not be purchasing this again. All right, here is the other Undone Beauty product. These are the Curator Eye Palettes. It says transforms from shadow to liquid liner. And what I really like these for is the liquid liner aspect. What I do is I take an angled like brow brush or whatever, like a thin one, dip it in a little bowl of water, and then use this as eyeliner. Works great for that, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. Using some of these lighter shades from, like, in my opinion, looks absolutely incredible on deeper skin tones. Looks totally weird on me. I personally don't like it, but I have been enjoying these deeper shades as liner. I am wearing a mix of these two shades as liner today. I'm not wearing any fake lashes, so, you know, obviously. But I'm not wearing fake lashes so you can see what my eyeliner looks like. And it's just very nice. You don't even necessarily have to wet it, but wetting it makes it look more like a liquid or a gel liner. And it's very nice for that purpose, especially if you want to get into some fun colors over here. Very fun to use. Another thing that I've done is to lay down one of these colors and then use a liquid liner on top. So you just have a little sliver of that color, and then it kind of anchors it with like a black or a brown liquid liner. It looks really, really beautiful. But as far as eyeshadows, they're just not pigmented enough for me. They're just not punchy enough for me. It's just not my preference. When I have colors like this, I want them to really pop like the way that my eyes are now. That's a palette we're gonna be talking about in a minute. But for these, they're just okay for shadows. Also, really interesting comment from somebody in the community. They said they had a Physicians Formula eyeshadow like this, and they said one of the problems they have is, like, let's say I hit pan on this gold shade here, then the rest of them started to crumble on her and kind of fell apart in the pan since they don't have their own individual sections. Now, I haven't experienced that personally, but I can imagine that that would happen. So just be aware of that as well, since this is such a huge pan, that may be a problem. So they're just okay for me. I'm happy to have them. I won't repurchase. All right smack dab in the middle is another purchase from Suva Beauty. This is their Toppers palette. Again, I feel like it's just overpriced for what it is. They're fun to play with, but I'm actually not really happy that I purchased this. I don't think I'm gonna use it enough for just having the 4 shades, for the purchase price, all of that. But if I ever feel like doing an iridescent topper, I do have that, and they are nice for that, but they're definitely toppers. They are a bit powdery, so you can kind of see they're a little chunky to go on, but then once you put them actually on your skin, they do blend out nicely. You can get away with wearing these on their own with like maybe a transition shade in the crease, pop this on the lid, a little bit of eyeliner, looks pretty nice, but I personally prefer to use these over other shadows. Just gives a really nice, pretty look, but the pans are just huge. I wish that these were half the size, half the price. That's just my opinion. It's more of a personal thing. I think for the right person, this will totally be worth it because they are very, very beautiful. It's just me and my personal preferences. I'm just kind of regretting my purchase. I don't know. I wanted to support an indie brand, and like, I don't know. They're just not, I thought they would be just a little more punchy, a little more like a Cleona Cosmetics, something like that, but they weren't. So they're good. For the right person, they're definitely gonna be great. Okay, now we're moving into the things that I really, really like. Now, this was sent in PR, very much enjoying this. This is the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Pro Retinol Body Butter, and I have been loving this. I've actually even used this on my face some. I know it's a body butter, but I find it to be very nice on the face as well. I've been using it on my décolleté and using it on my elbows and my hands. My hands have felt really dry recently, so this really brings the hydration into my hands, and I love that there's retinol in this for the body. I'm seeing a lot more body products coming out with the skincare that we love for our faces coming out in body products, and I love that for us. I love it so much instead of just like a regular, you know, body cream or whatever with just, you know, fragrance and hydrators and moisturizers. Like now we're getting in like actual skincare for our bodies, which makes me so happy, and I really like this. If you've never tried a Josie Maran skincare product, they're very nice. I love the attention to detail they pay in the ingredient list, and it's just very nice. Seeps into the skin beautifully. The scent is pretty mild, and it just makes my skin feel nice. I imagine if I still have any of this by winter, which I probably won't, but if I do, it'll feel great in the winter as well. Now this next one, I don't know if I've talked about it in favorites and fails. I don't think I have. But I really like these a lot. These are the M Cosmetics liquid liners. These are the illustrative eyeliners. I know I've talked about them in live chat. There are very select liquid eyeliners that I love, and they all perform pretty much the same. And these are great. So if you're looking for a great liquid eyeliner that goes on very, very easily, very easy to use, it doesn't smudge on me at all. Everybody's eyes are different, but these do not smudge on me, and they're wonderful. They have a nice sharp tip, so it's easy to like lay on and flick. They remind me a lot of the KVD Beauty ones. If you've ever tried the tattoo liner by KVD Beauty, very similar in format to that. They're just great eyeliners, and I love the brown. I've been rocking the brown a lot lately and very much enjoying it. Just very pigmented, does exactly what it's supposed to do, and loving them a lot. Did I mention these are PR? These are PR. Now this was gifted to me by a longtime subscriber who I absolutely adore, and I got all choked up when I got this in mail. I couldn't believe that she had purchased this for me, and I am absolutely loving it. It's what's on my eyes today, and it is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. It is so worth the hype that everybody has been talking about. It's beautiful. On my eyes today, I use this shade. On my lids, I used mostly this shade. I put a little bit of this one in the inner corner, and I topped it with this one. This one's more of a topper, but I really do feel like the showstopper shade in this is this one. And this has been just so fun to play with. You know, I love my duochromes, my multi-chromes. It's just such a beautiful, fun shade to play with. It goes green to yellow to orange to pink. So watch it go. And it's so fun. It really is. It's fun to play with. It's beautiful on the eye, and I really love this palette. Now the question is it worth this obnoxious price point? I think it's gonna be up to the individual person, because there are some people that powders will never be worth this price, like ever. But if you are going to get a very expensive eyeshadow palette and that is in your price point, and you do think that powders could be worth that much, I think this would be worth it. So really you just have to kind of look inside your heart. I don't think those are the words. It's listen to your heart, not look inside your heart. Listen to your heart. That's better. You got to listen to your heart on this one and decide whether this would be worth it. I think it's definitely going to be a mixed bag depending on you personally. But for me, I absolutely love it. And thank you to my friend that would like to remain nameless. Thank you so much for sending it over. And at number 1, okay, I usually say this for products that surprise me, products that kind of catch me off guard. They are purchased products. I did mention on What's Up in Makeup I was looking at purchasing some, but I'm very excited. This is the brand Hey Humans, and it is by Jada Pinkett Smith. It is available at Target. Yes, available at Target. I have two products to talk about today. The Hey Humans Naturally Derived Body Wash in Banana Aloe. Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. It is in an aluminum bottle that is recyclable, and it just smells, I just got some on my lip. That was by accident. All right. It just smells exactly the way you would imagine banana and aloe to smell. The only problem is how do you imagine what banana and aloe smell like together? Because I've never smelled those smells together, but it's like a clean banana. I don't know. It sounds so weird, but it does smell really good. Lathers up really nicely and just a good product. The only thing is because this is in eco-friendly packaging, there's no pump. So you have to be careful, like as you're pouring it out, like that you pour out the right amount, but it is pretty easy to control. It's just, you know, pumps are a little bit easier to use, but we're going eco-friendly here. It doesn't make my skin feel dried out or anything, and it works. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a great product. The other one I've been loving, which I had never tried a natural toothpaste before, but I'm loving this so much. This is the Hey Humans Naturally Derived Toothpaste with fluoride, and this is a whitening, anti-cavity, anti-plaque, anti-tartar toothpaste in winter mint chill, and it really does make my mouth feel so clean. The mint that is in here is a really nice mint. Some mints, honestly, like for me, I'm kind of a wimp. It kind of hurts my mouth a little bit sometimes, depending on the strength of the mint. This one does not. It just feels good, and my teeth feel clean. Like, I really like it a lot. I was a little skeptical of trying natural toothpaste just because, you know, maybe it won't work as well, but I really feel like this is working nicely and I really like it a lot, and I'm looking forward to trying more from Hey Humans. I like the idea of an eco-friendly brand that is also more affordable, because usually when you go eco-friendly packaging, the price goes up $4, $5, $6 for each product. So the fact that they kept the prices low on this, I can totally respect. I don't know how they did it, but I'm very impressed and really love the line so far. At this point, my friend, it is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. I would love to know your thoughts on anything I talked about today in favorites and fails, anything that you're enjoying. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you haven't tried any of this, are you interested in trying any of it? Or is any of it pique your interest? Or are you like so thankful that I mentioned it because you're totally not gonna buy it now? Or if that doesn't apply, what have you been loving or really disliking this past month? I would love to know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple of videos for you right over here to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.